Hobbs and Shaw, or Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, and with me finally seeing Fast X this Monday, I wanted to touch on the two films I hadn't seen yet, that being Hobbs and Shaw and Fast 9. Fast 9 I'll be talking about the next day or two as well, and once I do see Fast X and review that, I will be ranking all the films, so that should be fun. I've sort of had a touch-and-go relationship with the franchise. I've really enjoyed it on occasion. I do think it's escapist entertainment, almost some of the films being genuinely, I think, entertaining action films. And Hobbs and Shaw is interesting because I've always loved Dwayne The Rock Johnson since his wrestling career, although I do think he tends to, play the same type of person in every movie. Hobbs has definitely been one of his most successful ventures, and I love Jason Statham perhaps more in film at this point. He's one of the best modern action stars of the past 2 decades. For the Fast and Furious franchise, Deckard Shaw is arguably the most well-developed or changed. He's actually had a kind of an arc in the series, so that's nice. And this movie is essentially capitalizing on the shockingly, good, chemistry and at each other's throats banter that they've had, and it's just as good here. I overall really, really enjoy Hobbs and Shaw. I think it's one of the best 3 films in the series. And Idris Elba, it's a bit overboard with the Black Superman thing, almost literally. But I think it's pretty cool with how they utilize that in the fights, and him sort of sensing moves coming and how they have to figure out how to counteract that in the finale. I do think there's a point where it gets a little overlong and maybe it should have ended earlier, but I do like the Samoa setting, although it's, again, Rock just essentially being himself and, having that bleed in from his personal life, that sort of thing. But I do think it's a fun, fresh change of location for a film in this franchise. Vanessa Kirby, as Shaw's sister, Hattie, I think is honestly the best female character in the franchise alongside Letty. And that's only after one movie. I do hope we see her again. But yeah, I'm shocked this doesn't have a sequel yet. I think it's some of the best action in the franchise, and definitely probably the best hand-to-hand action in the franchise. But at least we'll hopefully be seeing those characters come together again for Fast 11, I believe. But yeah, I think it's wall-to-wall with a lot of stuff. It's very constant. It kept my attention, although, again, it did feel overlong like a lot of the recent entries have. But I do think it's by far one of the best. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. Really do find this film actually a home run. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. Makes sense why this film's fight scenes are so good with David Leitch directing, who did Atomic Blonde 2. He helped out on the first John Wick, Deadpool 2, etc. So makes sense.